Now, as you saw on the last video, I told you I would show you a few things about these handles and the cabinet drawers and the cabinet doors and all that kind of stuff. This house, it's my mother's house. It's about 11, 12 years old, and they didn't have any handles on anything. And usually when you have something like that, there's a finger pull on here. It's dadoed out or something. You can put your fingers right there and pull it. There's nothing there. I'm not quite sure why they did that. And some of the doors, you weren't quite sure, okay, was this door going to open right here, or was it going to open over here without the pull on there? You know, there's a couple places like that. So we decided to go down to the store and get some handles. And there's so many different kinds of handles at the store. I mean, it took us forever to figure out which ones we wanted. And here's a tip for you. If you find something that you like, you can see if you can buy them in 12 packs or something like that. We only found a few ones that they sold, and we got them over at Lowe's. And they had like 3 different styles, 2 or 3 different styles of 12 in a pack. And we looked at one. Sure enough, it was one that I had picked out as a 1, 2, or 3 that we kind of liked. And for the price, man, it was really pretty cheap to buy 12 of these at a time. We had to go to 2 Lowe's because they didn't have them all, because we needed like 93 of these. Because not only did the kitchen cabinets have so many cabinet doors and so many drawer pulls everywhere. Look at all these. I mean, they're everywhere. Okay, we also decided to put them in her office because they didn't have any, and it's much easier for somebody older to pull open all these doors and drawers. And so we did it here. And the cabinets in the kitchen, of course, you've got the cabinets in the bathrooms. Where's the bathroom here? I'll just show you this really quick. See, you've got cabinet doors here. So you check everything out. And there's actually some in where the washer and dryer were, and those were the very same as the rest of the house, the cabinets. So we could put cabinet door handles and drawer pulls on all of these too. Okay? And so that's why we needed so many. And yes, I had to do some measuring on them and stuff, but here's something else. On the old cabinets, we ended up doing everything nice, okay? Because she had some old little bumpers here, and some of them were on, some of them were off. And so we took all those off. You can't just take them off and then put new ones on, because you got all that stuff on there and they're real sticky there. And not only are they sticky there, but when you close the cabinet, you have to look. And on the styles, sure enough, it was all sticky here, right there, up at the top. And that took a while in itself. And I didn't use goof off, I used goo gone. You don't want to use goof off because that could take your varnish right off, or it could take your paint off or whatever. I used goo gone, and that worked really good. That took a long time in itself just to do that. And then we bought new little felt bumpers. I kind of wanted the dark brown ones, but I couldn't find them at the store, so I used these. And that softened that up, and then that was 100% job. And then after we drilled all these, we vacuumed out all of the areas in the cabinets. We had to pull some stuff out. You know, do a good job when you're doing all that stuff. And before you start drilling or marking your holes or something, make sure you know which way the doors are opening, because if you get going, you think, oh, fine, I'm just gonna mark here, I'm just gonna measure up here and measure up here, blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden you think, oh my word, the door is going the wrong direction, and you've already drilled a hole or something. So check that out too. And it took a while to get all these done, but it was well worth it. Then you're going to have to make some decisions. How high from the top down are you going to go? Are you going to go into the center or over to the edge a little bit more? Because we had a style here, which I decided to go right in the middle of this point to this point, not where the dado is, because the dado from there to there, I should have moved it over. But when you stand back, the center of it is from this, you know, from the far left to the far right. So that's how I measured it and got a mark in the middle. And then I just line this up in the center and then went over and made it on the center of the drawer, you know, and it came out really good. And then while I was doing it, there's different things that you notice, like this. Here's a fake style. I think that's kind of cool. That's on the actual door. So all the styles look the same, see? But this one, they put some drawers in here to slide that out. You couldn't do that if you had a fixed style right there. So I kind of like that. That's all underneath the stove, you know? Okay, and then this was rubbing down there. So I made note of it, and I adjusted the cabinet door to get it up so it wasn't rubbing on that all the time. And I had to do just some different things on here. So take your time on it, go to the store. If you don't have any handles, you know, maybe you have a finger edge there dadoed in, but you don't like it anymore, or it's still kind of tricky to put your fingers in there without hitting the next cabinet door down for the drawer right there, let's say. And you want to put some handles on there. Go ahead and put some handles on and decide what you want. There's all kinds of stuff. There's one knob, you know, if you just want a knob, but I thought the hand would be a little bit easier for my mother because she's getting up there in age. Plus, it just adds something here. I kind of like the color we ended up picking out. It kind of, you know, they have different colors. I think this was nickel, but then even in the light in the kitchen, it picks up a little bronzy color from the light fixtures and the outside light and all that kind of stuff. I think that looks a little bit better than having knobs out here in the kitchen. Now, if this was a country kitchen, maybe knobs would be the thing. Maybe white knobs or black knobs, or, you know, ceramic knobs, whatever. And there's all kinds of things at the store, but what you want to do is you want to bring some stuff back, kind of hold it up there, make a decision. Okay, do we want this one or do we want that one? And do all that before you start, and then finding out, oh, I don't like this, or do your laundry room first with some cabinet pulls, and then you find out, I don't really like these as much, or make all your mistakes in there. If you mess up or something, then you'll know better on what to do out in your kitchen. The kitchen area is the part that everybody sees. You don't want to start over here and say, oh yeah, I really should have done this as opposed to that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so hopefully that gives you a few tips on what to do with your cabinet doors and drawers. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.